What's the point in astrology? I mean, other than the entertaining horoscopes you might find in the newspapers or in some YouTube video, what can it really offer you? Well, there is far more to it than you might imagine. And if you really want to know the true power of astrology, then listen carefully because you're about to find out. In the modern world, astrology has become nothing more than a party trick, something to tell you the future, if you will. But let's be honest, if it was all about knowing the future, then what's the difference between astrology and numerology or tarot card readings? I mean, seriously, is that all there is to it? The quick answer is hell no. You see, it's like using a Pentagon supercomputer only to browse the internet. I mean, sure, it can be done, but why would you? The supercomputer can do so much more, yet no one is asking the right questions. No one is giving it the right tasks. At least, not in the modern world. You see, astrology was never meant as a predictive tool, simply to tell you your future or your fortune. It was never about that. It was a tool to create an entire roadmap of your life, to tell you where the pitfalls will be and how to avoid them. It was all about correcting future mistakes before they happen, fixing stuff while you still can. It was never about just predicting something. It was always about changing the outcome as much as possible. More importantly, it was also a diagnostic tool, an x-ray of your life, if you will, because it not only allowed you to see the future, but also the past lives, for example, what you bring from them, and what you need to fix in this lifetime, what will be a problem for you, and what will be your strength. How can you develop yourself properly? But on a much more mundane level, I mean, let's be honest. If you have problem putting food on the table, you don't really care about what you had been doing in your past lives. It's not a priority. And that's where astrology actually shows its true colors, because not only can it tell you why you are having trouble putting food on the table, but what to do about it, how to fix it. Even more importantly, let's say you have an illness you don't know how to deal with. There is no cure. What are you going to do then? Well, again, astrology can tell you not only why do you have that illness, but also how to cure it. Not only did it help me, but it helped many others who have personally treated. And I can tell you right now that yeah, it actually works. I've tried it on myself. How about love life? Well, here we have two issues to consider. The first is, yeah, it can tell you what's the problem with your love life and how to fix it. But secondly, it can also tell you if the current relationship will actually work out or will you find someone else. If you have only one marriage, none, two, three, four, etc. It can also tell you why you will have problems in your relationships. And it's not only about romantic relationships, it can also be about family relationships, relationships with coworkers and with employees. It can also be relationships between two business partners. It's all the same to astrology. It can actually check what's going on. So now you know what astrology can do. But let's ask the really important question. How can it help you fix what is wrong with your life right now? Well, most people are familiar with the ability of astrology to tell you what direction to take. I mean, it's the easiest part. If you know your birth chart, then you can say that, oh, this type of work will be appropriate for you, and that type of work won't. But that's only the tip of the iceberg, because it can actually help you find the proper line of work quicker, or better yet, show you how to get to the proper line of work. Let's say you need an education for that. Well, it can show you how to get it and what's the proper path to take and when to take it. Then there is the whole remedial astrology issue. I mean, yeah, some will say it's only superstition, it doesn't work, but that's not true. Remedial astrology does work, and it has worked for quite a long time. Now, the most famous type of remedial astrology is gemstone therapy, wherein gemstones that can influence your destiny, if you will. And when it comes to medicine, that's really one of the main tools that I use to help people recover. Because gemstones are not something you need to take care of on a daily basis. It's something that you put on yourself and it helps you heal. But when it comes to other issues, sometimes gemstones are not the appropriate solution. So, what else do we have? Well, let's start with nakshatra activation. We might also consider donations because they are also a viable form of remedy. Also, there are forms of ritual, if you will, that have been employed successfully. And there are many other solutions that astrology can guide you to. But the most important part is that it can actually show you which solution will be the appropriate one, which one will work for you in your specific circumstance. But let me be honest, sometimes astrology cannot help. Sometimes the karma is fixed. There is nothing you can do about it. It is your destiny to go through some things, and there's no solution for it. So, how can you know whether it's something that you can fix or not? Easy. It is also seen through astrology itself. When you look at someone's chart, you immediately know whether it's something that can be fixed or not. In fact, if you have a specific problem you wish to solve, you can contact me on my Facebook page right now, and I'll check for you free of charge whether or not your problem can be solved through astrology. How about that? More importantly, it will show you what astrology can actually do and how it can actually help. You will find the link to my Facebook page in the description below. Thank you and good luck.